Hey guys, what's up? Shin0525 here, coming back at ya with another video. And today's video, I beat another game. I beat Tales of Berseria. And unfortunately, I don't own the game physically. I played the Steam version of the game. So I usually like having something to hold when show off when I do these, I beat a game videos. I don't have the game case to show off, but I do have my Win 4, or the GDP Win 4 handheld that I use to play Tales of Berseria on, so that's something. Here it is. Okay, let's put it down. So yeah, I beat Tales of Berseria. It took me forever. I think it took me 4 months to actually play through a 40-hour game. Yeah, so typically I don't really have the time to play long-form RPGs, or if I do play a long-form RPG, it takes me months just because of my schedule. I can really only play it on the weekends, or get maybe 2 or 3 hours in on a weekend or a week. So it takes me forever to play through really long RPG games. So I'm very happy I beat Tales of Berseria. I think it took me 40 hours, but I've been playing it for a while, but I really enjoyed the game. I think it's probably, I want to say it's the best Tales game I've played so far, because I've only played Tales of the Abyss, which I really liked. I've played Tales of Berseria, which was super boring. I didn't finish that one. I've played Tales of Heart R, which was also very boring, but I did finish that one. And I played Tales of Arise, which was really good, but I only played the first part of the game. I didn't get very far in it. But I did play Tales of Berseria, and I honestly, I would say, as of right now, it is the best Tales game that I've played. It has a really great story. It's a little bit darker than I think normal Tales games get. We pretty much almost play a villain type role. The main character literally becomes the Lord of Calamity, or gets labeled the Lord of Calamity. And you play, it's kind of like a villain role where people don't see you as the good guy. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Usually JRPGs, usually the hero, Warriors of Light, that type of deal. So it was interesting playing it from a different kind of perspective, where we're kind of being the bad guys of this world. But you do end up fighting a god. It's a JRPG, so obviously you have to fight God at the end of the game, and you do kind of set the world right. It does have a very good ending, though. It's pretty satisfying. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it was good. When I got to the ending, I was like, that was a good ending. But yeah, so the story's really good. The characters are really strong too. Again, me personally, I'm very character-driven when it comes to stories in games. So if you have a bunch of good characters, that usually hooks me more than having a very interesting plot. Even though this game does have a good plot, the characters are really strong. The main character, Velvet, she's a very, very strong protagonist. Again, it's weird because, again, since it's we're the bad guys, she's very kind of selfish and very goal oriented. And it was nice seeing that in a character, instead of doing this fish out of water, upbeat RPG protagonist. You definitely get a new type of protagonist in this game with Velvet. And then you got Laphicet, which is he's a really cool character, little kid, connected to the god type character in some way. Then you got a pirate named Aizen, who is really cool. He's a bit of a know-it-all, but he's super cool. I liked Aizen. Rokuro was this samurai guy who just wants to settle a score with his brother, which was really cool. Then we got Eleanor, which is kind of an you fight these church people. That's kind of the main group you're going against. and she's part of it, but then like joins your team eventually. It happens in like kind of very early on in the game, so I don't think it's that major of a spoiler, and you can kind of tell when you're playing the game. She's pretty good. She's more of like the like normal person's perspective character. And then we got Magilu, Magilu, it was just kind of like this kind of, she wasn't ditzy, but she was more of like a lively, bubbly, like witch character. Kind of like a comic relief until like the end of the game, where you get to like see like kind of like what her backstory is. And she actually became like one of my favorite characters. In fact, all the characters in this game I think are pretty damn solid. I don't think there was a single character I didn't like. And what's another thing that's like really proven to this game is I remember all their fucking names, and I beat this game like a week ago. That's a testament to how good this game was. Because usually I'll know like the main cast, but like eventually then you start like forgetting like maybe one or two characters' names. But it's like, no, I remember every single name in this one, because of how good the story is. So yeah, anyway, Tales of Berseria I think is a very good game. Probably one of the best Tales games out there. Again, Tales series, I haven't really played a lot of those games, because there's a ton of them. But I can say Tales of Berseria from the games I've played is one of the better ones. So I highly recommend you playing it. If you want like a good like 40-hour RPG, I highly recommend picking it up. I think it's a good choice. I think you'll really like it. And I think most people like the story of this game and just this game in general. Combat's pretty good too. The only if you ever played a Tales game, it's like real-time action combat. So you're in like a 3D, so you run into an enemy, you go into like a 3D area, and then you like fight, like free-form fighting, so you can like walk around however you want, and then you just hit the buttons to attack. That type of, so it's not turn-based, it's action. The only problem I had with the combat is basically you basically auto-lock on to one enemy at the start, which is fine. But the way I think the lock-on works, after you defeat that enemy, instead of going to, like, the closest enemy that's next to you to lock on, I think what happens is the game has a list of, like, enemy A, enemy B, enemy C, enemy D, and then you're always locked on to enemy A at the start. So once you kill enemy A, it'll lock on to enemy B, but that might not be the enemy that's closest to you. It might be enemy B is all the way on, like, the other side of the map, like, the battle map. So just be like, you have a guy right, so you beat the enemy here. So say you're here, you beat enemy A right here, and the next enemy C is right here. So you want to go attack him because you're over here. The game will lock you onto enemy B all the way over here sometimes. So then, like, your attacks, your character will just run to where enemy B is. It's kind of annoying. I found that, like, pretty annoying in some of, like, the fights, especially later on. I felt like it happened a lot more. But other than that, but you could just quickly hold down, like, the, I think, left trigger and, like, switch your lock on. But, again, it was just annoying. I wish it just locked on to the closest enemy to you after you defeated an enemy. That's it. That is the only complaint I had with the combat. Other than that, it was pretty damn good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Have you played Tales of Berseria? If not, have you played any of the Tales games? Let me know down in the comment section below. Other than that, yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.